Okay, so now on to Article 1, Section 2. Okay, the House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained the age of 25 years and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state in which he shall be chosen. Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. The actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States, and within every subsequent term of 10 years, in such manner as they shall by law direct. The number of representatives shall not exceed 1 for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least 1 representative, and until such enumeration shall be made, the State of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode-Island and Providence Plantations 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6, New Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. So those were the first representations from each state. When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. The House of Representatives shall choose their speaker and other officers and shall have the sole power of impeachment. So a couple things here. One, as you see, it says representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included with this union based on population. So we used to pay our taxes to the federal government through our states, through our senators who were actually appointed by the states, rather than the way we do now, which is through direct income tax. And so that was the original plan of the tax plan for the state. And then early on, when the population sizes haven't been measured yet and they haven't taken in all these calculations, they gave states a minimum of 1 representative and then apportioned them equally to each state depending on what their population size was believed to be at that time. A couple other things is, the slaves were basically counted as 3/5 of a person, which meant that they didn't give them full personhood, which was probably intentional, but at the same time they wanted some count to be given when apportioned to legislators. In other words, the larger the population, the more legislators you have, but also the larger population, the more taxes you had. And so this 3/5 was kind of a compromise to get them a little more representation in the government without having to pay the full tax burden of the full citizen. So, clever way for the early founders to work past some issues that clearly we weren't ready to deal with yet. The formula actually changed with the 13th Amendment, and then which abolished slavery, and then the 14th repealed the 3/5 rule. So that all was taken care of. In 1929, Congress limited the House to 435 members and established a formula to adjust reps from state to state. So as certain state populations grew, other ones shrank, became different proportionate sizes in the U.S., then they would reassign basically how many representatives would come from each state. Congress left districting to the states, which is a problem we have today. It's called gerrymandering, where whoever's in power in that state can try to draw the lines and affect the outcome of future elections by separating maybe certain people within a party and dividing their votes. And then Congress holds the power of impeachment. That's what this part says. So basically, Congress can impeach the president, and then the trial is then held in the Senate, much like what happened with President Bill Clinton. He was accused of a crime, it was submitted by the Congress, and then the trial was held by the Senate, with some Congress people actually being the prosecutor. So that's it for Section 2, and please tune in again. We'll be touching Section 3 here shortly. Thank you.